Good morning, dear students. In the last lecture, we have studied about the linear phase FIR filters, and we have seen the phase delay and group delays of linear phase FIR filters. The phase delay theta of omega is given by minus theta of omega by omega, and group delay tau g is given by differentiation of phase delay, that is minus d theta of omega by d omega. And later on we have derived the equations for the impulse responses based on the phase delays and group delays. In the first case, we have derived for the phase delay and group delay constant. For the constant phase and group delays, we got the impulse response is symmetrical about alpha is equal to n minus 1 by 2 when n is odd and n is even. And in the same manner, we have derived the impulse response. We have found the impulse response for phase delay is not constant and group delay is constant. And in that case, the impulse response is antisymmetrical about n minus 1 by about alpha is equal to n minus 1 by 2 for odd and even. Then we have categorized these FIR filters into 4 types. The first type is symmetrical and when n is equal to odd. In that case, we have seen the frequency response, magnitude response, and phase response and the applications. Similarly, in the second case, we have seen the symmetrical impulse response when n is even. In the third case, we have seen asymmetrical impulse response when n is odd, and in the fourth case, asymmetrical impulse response when n is even. And today we are going to discuss about the location of zeros of linear phase FIR filters. So today we are going to locate the zeros. In the FIR filters, we find only zeros because there is no denominator part. We have only the numerator part. So we have to locate the zeros on the z plane. So we know the transfer function of linear phase FIR filters is given by h of z is equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 into h of n into z power minus n. If we consider z naught is 1 0 is a finite zero of h of z, then we get the zeros by equating h of z naught equal to 0. So that h of z naught is equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 h of n into z naught power minus n equal to 0. If you expand this equation, you will get, in the place of n, you substitute 0, 1, 2, 3, so on till n minus 1. So h of 0 plus h of 1 into z naught power minus 1 plus so on h of n minus 1 into z naught power minus of n minus 1, and that is equal to 0 to get zeros. We know from the linear phase FIR filters, h of n is equal to capital N minus 1 minus n. Since they are linear phase, they are symmetrical. For linear phase FIR filters, h of n is equal to h of n minus 1 minus n. Impulse response is symmetrical. If you substitute this in h of z, you will get it as h of z at z equal to z naught equal to h of n minus 1 plus h of n minus 2 into z naught power minus 1, so on till h of 0 into z naught power minus of n minus 1, which is equal to 0. If you take z naught power minus of n minus 1 as common, you will get h of n minus 1 into z naught power n minus 1 plus h of n minus 2 into z naught power n minus 2, so on, plus h of 1 into z naught power 1 plus h of 0 equal to 0. If you can observe from this equation, it can be written as summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 h of n into z naught power n. It is in the reverse form. It is from h of 0, h of 1, h of 2, h of 3, so on, h of n minus 1. And in the case of z power minus n, you will find z power 0, z power 1, z power 2, so on, z naught power n minus 1. So in this case, you can write this equation as h of z is equal to z power minus of n minus 1 into summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 into h of n into z naught power n, which is equal to 0. From the above two equations, in the place of z naught, if you substitute z naught power minus 1, you will get the h of z naught equation. So from those two equations, h of z naught is equal to h of z naught power minus 1, which is equal to 0. That means if z naught is a 0 of h of z, then z naught power minus 1 is also a 0. Now we shall locate the zeros in linear phase FIR filters by using these conditions. If z0 is 0, then z0 power minus 1 is also a 0. So then in the first case, if you take z1, you can find it from the diagram. z1, if z1 is equal to minus 1, then z1 power minus 1, z1 power minus 1 is also a minus 1. So there will be 0 at z1 equal to minus 1. There is only 1 0 in this group. And if you consider z2, you can find it from here, which is less than 1 on the real axis. If z2 is a real 0 on x-axis, then z2 power minus 1 is also a real 0. Okay, then if you consider z3 is a complex 0, that is a plus jb, and which lies on the z plane, z is equal to 1 plane, z is equal to 1, then unit circle, then there will be z power minus 1 is nothing but z3 star or z3 conjugate of z3. So that is a minus b. If a plus jb is a complex 0, then a minus jb is another complex 0 in this group. So z3 and z3 conjugate are the zeros. Let us consider one more case in which z4 is a complex 0 and which doesn't lie on the unit circle. Then you can see from here, from the diagram, they have written wrong. If you consider in the fourth coordinate z4, then the z4 minus 1, z4 conjugate is on the top. And further, and for the z4, you will find the z4 minus 1 outside the circle, and z4 minus 1 are the real parts, and z4 star and z4 star power minus 1 are the conjugates of z4 and z4 minus 1. So in this group you will find 4 zeros. In this way you can locate the zeros of a linear phase FIR filters. Now let us see one problem on the linear phase FIR filters, and I will tell one problem and you have to solve the homework problem. So let us see the problem. Determine the frequency response of FIR filter designed by y of n is equal to 0.25 into x of n plus of x of n minus 1 plus 0.25 into x of n minus 2. Calculate phase delay and group delay. So they have given an FIR filter difference equation. So for that we have to find the frequency response of FIR filter, and then we have to calculate the phase delay and group delay. For that, you write the given data. In the given data, you write the difference equation given and apply the Fourier transform. For that, you will get y of e power j omega is equal to 0.25 into x of e power j omega plus x of n minus 1 using shifting property. You will get e power minus j omega into x of e power j omega, and last term 0.25 into e power minus 2j omega into x of e power j omega. In the frequency domain, the angular part will be delay in the time domain, and if you solve for the frequency response h of e power j omega, that is equal to y of e power j omega by x of e power j omega, which can be given by 0.25 plus e power minus j omega plus 0.25 into e power minus 2 j omega. If you take e power minus j omega as common, you will get it as 0.25 into e power j omega plus 1 plus 0.25 into e power minus j omega. We know that cos e power j omega plus e power minus j omega is equal to 2 cos omega. So substitute that in this equation, you will get e power minus j omega is equal to 1 plus 0.5 into cos omega, and we know that e power 1 plus 0.5 into cos omega is nothing but magnitude response, and e power minus j omega is the angular response. We know the general equation of h of e power j omega as magnitude of h of e power j omega into e power j into theta of omega. In the place of theta of omega, you are finding minus omega. From that we have to find the phase delay and group delay. Phase delay formula is tau p is equal to minus theta of omega by omega, which you will get it as 1. And for the phase delay, for the group delay, it is minus d theta of omega by d omega, that is equal to minus d by d omega of minus omega, which is equal to 1. So here both phase delay and group delay are constant, so that this filter we can say it as linear phase FIR filter. And I have given one homework problem here. If the frequency response of a linear phase FIR filter is given, then determine filter coefficients. In the next class, we shall discuss about the Fourier series filter design techniques. Different techniques are there. In that Fourier series, windowing techniques and frequency sampling techniques we are going to discuss. Thank you.